Guys, so this is the new Mobile X6. Basically, it's a lower end machine. It's $100 on new mobile website, and it'll be available on Amazon on February 4th. So every retail device will include a SIM card with 5 gigabytes of data per month for 3 months from Mint Mobile, like all their other phones have. And it has Android 9 built in, but it's going to be getting Android 10 in the first quarter of 2019. So let's go over the specs and the box and stuff. So on the back of it, it shows all of the, or most of the specs here, I would say. So it has a 5.7 inch HD plus, really big screen, which I like about some of these phones. 19 by 9, 1440 by 720 display. And it has a 13 megapixel rear camera, AF plus VGA, I guess like a VGA camera for like depth sensor or something, 5 megapixel front camera. It has a MediaTek 2.0 gigahertz 4-core A53 quad-core, or 4X Cortex. It has 4G LTE, up to 150 megabytes per second. It has 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage expandable. It has voice over LTE, not compatible with Verizon. It has Android 9. Dual SIM LTE, 2800 mAh battery, and volt. So let's get into this device a little more here. There isn't much in the box. It's dual camera, that and that. Let's see how fast this is actually for $100 device. So not to be anything bad to like any of these companies, thank you New Mobile for sending out this phone to me, but like I'm gonna set my expectations only a little bit lower because it's $100. I'm not expecting it to be what the heck type of performance, but for $100, 3 gigs of RAM, I expect that to be a what the heck out of the box performance here. You don't know. I'm gonna check out gaming and all this other stuff. So, what comes in the box here? So, in the box, oh whoa, what the heck? This, look at that. It's a dual tone. Whoa, that is actually really cool boxing here. And then it just lifts up over here. And then here's the device with the pre-installed screensaver or screen protector, which probably won't last for long for me. Pretty light plastic backing, feels like. Find out more in a minute. Lift this up over here, however you're supposed to get it up. Right here, and then you're greeted with your 5 gigabytes of LTE data for the first 3 months. Comes in the box. The getting started guide, sticker, questions and concerns, the typical New Mobile case, which isn't actually too bad here, the battery, which is removable in this one, non-fast charging brick, I'm assuming. I'll test that if this phone has fast charging, and a micro USB charger. Sadly, like, nothing wrong with you New Mobile, but can you please just get a fast charger or USB-C in these devices, please? So let's get all this to the side here. And it has a second screen protector over here. So 2 screen protectors in the box. That is actually really nice. So I understand a $100 device, no USB-C is okay, but yeah, also removable back. It's definitely a plastic backing. This one is a matte finish, and then the other screen protector is the plastic finish one. Let's peel off the back over here. So this is like budget if you really need a budget phone. This is plastic, fingerprint sensor, dual camera, SIM card 2, and then SD card. Okay, so let's pop this off, put this down here, and put it in. Like, I like that these phones still have removable batteries, because I know for like $100 devices, Samsung's not throwing removable batteries in anymore. It's pretty annoying. Here we go, power on. Oh my gosh, that's bright. I don't know, I believe this is around like a 6, almost 7 inches here, but 5.7? That feels really small. Like, I'm used to bigger phones, but this feels small but still big. Okay, so it is a plastic, the regular screen protector here. So Let me get this all set up and we'll pop into the software and hardware more in a minute here. Now that I actually got this thing like set up and stuff, here are my first impressions of this device. I think it's, for $100, it's a good device. It has a removable battery, fingerprint sensor, quote-unquote dual cameras, but one of them is literally like a 0.2 megapixel, which is more of like a, well, let's do depth sensor type of deal. It has a flash, headphone jack, and then it has the micro USB, which is pretty sad, but like, what are we gonna do here about all this? Micro USB, whatever. It has a speaker, not anything I would write home about, and the volume up and down, and then the fingerprint sensor is pretty fast. Like for for a budget device like this. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 Mississippi, 2. Yeah, it takes about like 2 to 3 seconds for it to turn up. But like, I have this finger registered. This finger registered. As you can see, it unlocks the device. But if I use my middle finger right here, let's see. If I go here, you see it says not registered. That's just because, well, I don't have my finger registered over here. Too many attempts, try again later. Let's enter my I don't know, my password is pretty easy, but like, I'm unable to unlock my phone without using the right fingers, so the fingerprint sensor is great in this device. The other nice thing is the removable battery is a nice feature to have on a phone. Now, the removable battery will be available for sale in March if you want some replacement ones, according to a representative. It has 32 gigs of space with probably around like let's say no apps on here right now. It takes up about like, I would say there's about like 7, 8 gigabytes used on the device at start, 3 gigabytes of RAM. The one thing I don't like though is that Helios processor, the MediaTek Helios that they use. It makes the device not fast. Like for $100, it's good, but it's nothing you'd want to game on. It's good for calling, texting, watching a bit of YouTube and all that stuff. It's good. The screen, 720p, 19:9 ratio. Phone doesn't feel too small. Cameras are okay. It's just an all-around okay device. It's snappy to a point. Like if I open up YouTube, it doesn't take too long to load. So that's always a nice feature to have. So that's good. And then it has, as you can see, I'm using this pill thingamajigger on the bottom. It's running stock Android 9 with, if anything, just a basic thing. So if I go here, it's running like, of course, their customized version, but like, it's their own version of it. So so you can go to all this information about it. It's running Android 9. Basically stock version of Android with little to no customization at all. You can see it feels stock. No NFC, wireless. There's no wireless charging, of course. There's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all this other stuff. Now, if I go here to a speed test, I can just allow everything, continue, let it load. I don't even care. Just allow it. Press go. I'm running gigabit speeds in my apartment on Wi-Fi, about 300 to 500. This is the speed I'm getting over Wi-Fi right now. So the Wi-Fi itself is pretty meh on this phone, but normal day-to-day performance of what you want to do on this phone, you're not going to notice anything bad about it. This is around the same speed you're going to be getting to for when you're running on your phone. I'm running on my normal Wi-Fi network here. You're not going to be getting any crazy speeds for here. If I do this, let's test it again just to see if it speeds up or anything, and you're going to see it's not going to speed up. So the Wi-Fi here on performance is meh. The performance on this phone is meh, but for $100, if you're looking for a good calling and texting phone, it's okay. It's connecting now, it's not even doing it for me, so error, whatever. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Now that's good and dandy and everything, it's great. Now if I want to click here, you can call this number as much as you want, I'm never going to answer. It has stock Gboard, so all the emojis you're going to get are all the stock Gboard ones. It's running Google Messages here, so you have that RCS feature. If I go up to my apps, the only main app you see that's different has FM radio built in, and that's it. YouTube Music comes pre-installed on all the phones nowadays, so that's that. Now the battery has lasted me all day of usage of this phone because of how low power it is, which isn't that bad at all. So you're getting great battery life on an okay phone. If you're looking for something that can get you some performance under a certain budget, I don't recommend this phone for that, but I recommend the phone if you're just looking for a decent device for $100 or less. So you can see performance-wise, it really isn't the best. I say it's meh, like I wouldn't want to use this, if I'm using this as my daily device, I'd want headphones or something for most of my listening.
Metro by T-Mobile, you rule. Get one line of unlimited, just $40.
You said I was a piece of art. You decided to paint my heart, but you colored it gray, then you put it in a frame, hung it beside other house gray as mine. Oh, I should've known. Should've let you go.
When you put it up at a higher volume, it's still tinny, no bass to it. You put it up at a higher volume, it has a tiny bit of a rattle, like something that I'm not understanding completely, like what this rattle is. It's probably just like the speaker driver and stuff, but it isn't something that I'll write home about. It has an SD card slot, so you can expand it up to 128 gigs. It's all plastic. The screen's very durable. It's Team Protected. They give you is durable, and they have a replacement one if you mess this one up, which is nice. The case is flexible TPU rubber case that comes inside. Cheap cases, I know, because rubber cases are cheap, but otherwise it's a great case. Thank them for even including a case in the box. So that's nice of them to have. I don't know, there's just a lot to this device that makes it a good device, but not the best for gaming. So if I am to load up a game of some sort, I'm able to load Rock Collector game and have that loading okay. So that's something. It's like, that's one of the main games that I'm able to play right now that doesn't slow down. I can do Instagram and other stuff fine, but will I want to do it on here? Probably not, because the camera isn't the best. Now I'm going to insert some camera videos and pictures here now for you guys.
Let her know, I gotta let her know that she my white horse, she my medical. She like like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gon' regret every day. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready.
So this is a test from the front-facing camera. This is basically whatever it came with. I have to extend my whole hand out a lot. This is what it sounds like and looks like when I'm just moving around normally. I'm walking back and forth, and you can see what shakes and what doesn't. Now it seems a little cropped in over here because I have it pretty high up and it's still like cropping me out. Now this is what the rear-facing camera looks like. Here's how fast autofocus is, if there even is. There is no autofocus. Remember, it's manual focus. So you click on an object to not even focus it, so it's fixed focus in this one. So once you focus on one thing, you see everything else is a little bit blurry here. That's because of how fixed focus this is, which means the camera is met. So if I move a little bit further away or even closer, it's not going to focus, and clicking on it won't make it focus either. So if I click down there, it's not going to focus. It has to be fixed focus, which is pretty bad, honestly.
And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, promise, I'ma give it to you.
Miss that smile, Lord knows I ain't seen that in a while, but it's your style, so something must be up keeping you down. You a queen that must be.
All in all, this device is an all-arounder. Isn't the best device in the world. There are probably better devices you can get around this price range. But if you're looking for an okay device at an okay price, it's okay for what you want to do. It's decent, not something to run home about. If you did like it though, I'll link some of the products down below. Price may vary, so you may be able to get it cheaper. If you can get it for around $70, that's a sweet spot for it, especially since it has a removable battery. That's why I would recommend this one, so you can swap out the battery with a new one when it comes time to it, if all you're doing is calling and texting people. Because then, that's all you're doing, then you don't have to worry about much, and the battery can last you tons of time if you do that. Now, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, rate, comment, subscribe, and whatever else you're going to do.